how I became involved with the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families was something that really caught me off guard. I got a phone call, very unexpected. I was in shock. I didn't know what to make of it. I was frightened. My children were at stake. I knew that. I needed somebody who knew what they were doing, who eats, sleeps, and breathes fighting DCF and helping, children and families fight this organization that can really come in and affect your life in an extremely negative way. And I wasn't about to take that chance. So the second I started watching his videos, I knew what I had to do. There was no question who I had to call. He's a master of his trade. I didn't even know that when I hired him, but I certainly, I was told that, I saw that, but then I experienced it. And I saw him do what he does. And because of that, because of Attorney Seaver, I have my children today, and I have DCF out of my life. Other attorneys that I had interviewed, they didn't want anything to do with, when it came right down to protecting me and my kids, they didn't want anything to do with that. With Kevin here, I had this fine experience with them. There was no stress. They were respectful. They didn't put my children in uncomfortable situations or myself. It wasn't an unpleasant experience. Although, if I hadn't called Kevin Seaver, I don't know if I would have gotten that treatment. And I'm certainly not willing to take that chance. When Kevin was here, nobody tried to take my kids into a private room. DCF wasn't asking inappropriate questions. DCF was not doing 90% of the things that they were doing when I was on my own. When Kevin Seaver was here, at my kitchen table with his consultant, DCF treated me completely different, and night and day. I believe DCF treated me fairly with Kevin, because Kevin was a layer of protection. They didn't take my children away from me. They walked out the door. DCF walked out the door. I got an unsupported, very quickly, unsupported decision. And that was the end of them. And if they ever come back again, if DCF ever comes back again, I got Kevin on speed dial, and it's a no-brainer. I will never, ever forget, okay, the way that Kevin Seaver treated my children, the way my children felt when they sat at the table, and Kevin sat there like the force that he is, the non-intimidating, powerful force that he is, the connection that he made with my children, the way that he made my children feel safe. I will never forget how that made me feel and them feel. There's some things, that you take chances with. One of them is not your children. So it's a no-brainer. It is a gamble when they walk in. I know through personal experience, because as I've talked about, I have dealt with DCF on my own, and I dealt with DCF with Kevin Seaver. I would never, ever, ever gamble with my children again as I did the first time around dealing with DCF. DCF has the ability to show up at your home in the middle of the night, anytime they want, with police officers, with guns, with the caseworkers. So the two caseworkers And the two police officers who are there on behalf of DCF to come and take your children are complete strangers. And they're throwing your kids' clothes in a trash bag and telling them they have to come with them. If you don't have Kevin Seaver, I'd sleep with one eye open, because that's what DCF does. And they can do it legally.